Shout out to Jamie Jenkins, man. Just launched his new journal line and website, helloblackman.com. Hello, black man. Hey, I myself am a black man. Are you a black man as well? Even if you're not. Are you a black woman? Are you a white woman? A white man? An Asian woman? A Latino man? A Latino woman? An Indian man? An Indian woman? A Native American man? A Native American woman? So many different men and women, but we talking about that black man right now. Helloblackman.com, man. Make sure y'all pull up to the website and check it out, man. Congrats to Jamie Jenkins on the launch of your journal line, man. Hello, blackman.com. It's like
Yo, check this out. I received this in the mail, right? Hello, black man. And I'm so excited about it. This is a journal to help black men articulate their feelings, express their feelings. Hell, just acknowledge that we have them in a safe and honest way. And hopefully, it will translate into other parts of your life. I get it. As a black man, a lot of us weren't encouraged or taught to talk about our feelings. As a kid, when you fail and hurt yourself, your parents told you to get up. You're a big boy. Big boys don't cry. That right there is a hard lesson to unlearn, and it's very hurtful. Because when we become older, we don't know how to express ourselves. We don't know how to talk about our feelings. We don't know how to have a conversation without lashing out or using profanity or getting upset and becoming violent because we weren't taught. But this, man, is essential, not just to each one of us becoming a better person, but a society of men being able to express themselves is priceless. So if you want to become the best version of you that you can do, check out helloblackman.com. Grab the journal, actually journal in it, be honest, be open, and be accessible to your feelings and embrace them.
Hey, here we are. Y'all don't understand how excited I am about this episode we're about to do. Like, it is a very special human being to me that is about to come on. I don't think he understands the magnitude of his impact on my life. Like, I don't think he does. Because he often be like, he didn't like me and I was bad. But he is the reason why I was like I was. He's the reason.
Like a bad.
He's shaking his head in the backdrop.
Like a good role model, but a role model. Like a bad boy.
He was a good guy, but a bad guy, and I am him, and he don't even know.
But it makes sense though.
I know. But I am very excited, you guys. We're gonna be very quick, very to the point tonight because we got some things to do. We can't tell you what it is, but we got some things to do. So, without further ado,
When you announce somebody without further ado, it's somebody coming out. Like it's somebody
popular human being.
Yeah, it's like okay.
He's more popular than you know. I'm gonna be showing you the things that you really need to see.
It's on the way.
I'm gonna tell you about it later, not tonight. So without further ado, I introduce you to a man who has molded, who has taught me, who has been there for me my entire life. If he wasn't there, his family was there. His kids are always here. We love them with all of our heart. Y'all, I'm bringing to the stage I can't say my practice mother. Mother get jealous.
You gonna have to fight.
I gotta fight somebody. But my uncle, David, principal. Are you doctor yet? You got the doctor yet?
No, Josh talked me out of my doctorate.
Okay, it's okay because it's just money.
Yeah. He told me I was enrolled in a program, and he said, Dad, somebody got that doctor that he just wasn't feeling. He was like, you know what? Just don't even worry about it.
Oh, you is funny to me. Y'all, welcome to the stage, my dearest uncle. And he was shaking his head in the background as if he didn't influence me to be who I was. Tell us more about how you don't think that you were my greatest influence.
Well, actually, I was second choice tonight for the podcast. You all initially invited Cyrus at Christmas dinner.
Man,
Cyrus was the first choice, so I'm second. So I'm feeling some kind of way about that.
You coming in?
Here's the thing: I have receipt, and I can show the people where I sent you links several times. But you know, if you want to go there, we can go there.
Did you really?
Yeah, I absolutely have extra wife. She was.
I'm terrible at checking stuff. I'm terrible at checking stuff. I don't answer my phone a lot of times. I don't answer emails all the time. I'm gonna do better in 24.
Please do, because I take.
But your question about me being your favorite, you were bad. Very, very smart. Very smart girl.
This is objective.
It doesn't sound objective. It sounds very real.
It is real. I mean, like she was a mad scientist. She thought whatever came up, she needed to express that. Even when I had to march around the house like a little soldier. Like, some basic training, I would show her stuff, and I had on point for a while, and somewhere I lost her down the line, and she got her own way. I took my hands off her too early.
she started her own army.
You know what?
Exactly.
We said this was gonna be a short show, but it might be a long show because let me talk about it. Because when he came home from the army, I was the only kid still on the plantation. We kind of lived on a plantation, kind of a farm. We lived on a farm.
Right.
I was the only kid there. So like I was the one that he was like, he had his hand on fast. He had it on me. Yeah. And I was his soldier. And I have made a whole post about it. I was his soldier and I wanted to make him proud. Right.
What's up?
But also he was like, you gonna let your mama talk to you like that? That's the kind of person.
Oh, like that point at they're booster.
They're booster. I'm like, no, I ain't gonna let my daddy talk to me like that. So you had a hand in all of this.
Yeah, she took it to another level though.
Yeah, I did.
You just want her to be open.
Right.
To express herself, not to always express herself.
Not always. And look, prime example. I was president of the Board of Education, and she's at the high school. And I was told, now I never confronted her about it, but I was told that she got into a little trouble with the principal and she told the principal, listen here, woman, do you know who my uncle is? I was like, oh no.
I wouldn't even put it in there. Do you know
quiet. She got it in middle school.
She's confronting the woman at this point.
You don't know who you're dealing. You don't know who you're talking to. My uncle is so and so. I'm like, no, don't do that.
Okay,
that's not the way we're doing this.
Throw a name around, throw a little weight around this.
Exactly.
Like I said, he doesn't understand how much influence he played on them because before he came home, I was halfway humble. Mm-hmm. He came home and taught me how to be a soldier, and so now I got to show the world.
You can't unsoldier.
I cannot.
No, she's a soldier for life. We soldiers for life.
I'm a soldier, right?
You're a soldier.
Hey, what it do? Okay. Enough of the foolishness.
I was serious.
I am very serious because I just want you to know because I've made posts about you until you really did play a big role in my upbringing, and I appreciate you and I value you.
Young, I wore a cowboy hat and I had a 6-shooter pistol on my waist, and I thought it was a briefcase, but I found out later it was an old record player, and I packed it around. So either I was going to be a DJ, a businessman, a cowboy, or a sheriff. I had no idea. I was just confused as I could be, but I knew that one day I would get an opportunity to make a difference in the world. And that little dash in between that day I was born and the day I'll leave, I guess the question is, would somebody be able to look back and say, he actually tried, he actually made a difference, he actually helped somebody along the way. And so now I have a great opportunity to do that. I've been in education for almost 20 years, over 20 years, with serving on our local school board, teaching, coaching, and now an administrator of past administrator, because I changed schools this year, but last year I was at the Jefferson County High School, which is 99.99% Black, and we achieved the teachers and the students, along with a little help from me, we achieved an A rating. So that's big in our state of Mississippi, a school that looks like us, that's Black like us, to have a school with over the state average graduation rate, 94, 96%. And we got it done. Great teachers, great group of kids, and regardless of where we live, the socioeconomic status of our community, we still were able to have some success. And I played a small role in that. And so we're proud of those things.
I don't say small. I think you played a huge role in it. I think
I
administration.
my job, I feel that my job was to make sure that they get a chance to do what it is they do. And teachers got a chance to teach, and our students got a chance to learn. And it's my thing to just try to steer that ship and make sure we limit those distractions, regardless of what happened the night before, regardless of what the kids were going through. The school was a safe environment, somewhere they could come and know that they could learn something. So
absolutely, that is phenomenal. All right, so before we get into asking you some educated questions, you have something very special coming up in the next few days. Do you know what it is?
Are you serious? My anniversary is coming up. Girl, you better get out. I'm already making plans. I'm already making plans.
Okay. You better already had a plan made.
Yeah. I already got the perfume.
Oh. Is it Beyonce perfume?
No, it's something I heard of. Josh would say it's in a rap song. I was like, the perfume that I bought my wife was in a rap song, and then he played the song for me, and I never heard of it.
What is the song? We gotta know.
It was something Chew.
Oh.
Jimmy Chew. I want you. Yeah.
Yeah. What was it? Yeah.
I say tonight while we don't have to send a special shout out to my parents who will be married 42 years tomorrow, their anniversary.
Wow.
And I know that we all here secretly watching, so happy anniversary, mom and dad.
They do. Yeah. They do.
Yeah. Yep. Listen, Christian in the comments say in loud. Okay, so give me 3 numbers between 1 and 52. I'm going to ask you some educated questions.
1 and 52. 4, 10, and 22.
4, 10, and 22. I know why you picked those numbers, but
talk to me. Because I don't. Yeah.
Eyeball Quattro. That's Christian's number.
Okay.
10. I know. I think Christian wore 22 as well. What about 10? 10 is Josh.
Yeah, 10 was one of the boys' numbers at Joshua's number at some point in this crazy thing we've been doing since they were babies.
Yeah. Tell me. So, is it something significant for you or?
No, just kind of shout out. 22 was also my number, and then Christian was able to get 22. Butter had 22. So a lot of the people that came through the family that played a little ball, 22 was kind of significant for all of us.
Okay,
even though they say I wasn't worthy to wear Butter's old number, but nevertheless, we wore it anyway.
Oh, okay. Before we get into the questions, like, who's your greatest inspiration in life?
My greatest inspiration, I think my mama. My mom. She was tough. She was tough. Didn't always have everything, but we had exactly what we needed. We had enough. You know, even though some people, what Tupac said, we had it rough, but we always had enough. Yeah, it's one of those things. Yeah.
Okay. Another question: where did you see your first example of love?
My mama.
Outside of you loving your mother, as love is in a relationship, where do you think your first love relationship, like loving a woman or a man loving a?
I'm trying to
you finicky.
I know. I'm come on, man.
What did you see your first example of a man loving a woman?
First example of a man loving a woman. Other than at home?
Other than, well, it doesn't have to be other than at home, but just other than children loving their mom or mom loving their kids. Like, what was your first example of how to love a woman?
Probably, there was not a lot of that in our little circle. You know, there's a lot of us, but you didn't see a lot of, you know, mom and dads really getting it right. I met Nikki when I was young. Her mom and dad always seemed to really have a connection in what they wanted. They knew what they wanted. They knew how to go about it. They knew how they wanted to raise their kids. You know, it was discipline. It was going to be tough love. You know, I saw people like that. I saw my brother-in-law date my sister, and the sacrifices he made, even when she was in college. I was like, what? You know, that's kind of early. But, you know, he showed something and assisted her to get through college at an early age. So I saw those things.
Okay. that's cool. I always wondered that. No, I know.
Giving, like providing transportation for, they were not even married, but you assisting her with her goals and her dreams and making sure she had a chance to have a shot at this thing that we call life.
Gotcha. Last question before we get into these questions. I promise it's the last one.
Okay.
What is love to you? What does love look like and feel like to you? How do you know that you are being loved or somebody is loving you?
It's when you go down the road together. I read somewhere a long time ago, and they were trying to define love. It was where joy is shared and grief is divided. It was talking about just when things are well, you have that partner, and then when it gets tough, it's not just on your shoulders. It's divided, it's shared.
I like that.
That's dope. That's dope.
That was deep.
Okay, last question.
You said it already.
I know. We should get into those questions first.
You said
okay. Last question. I don't get this opportunity to talk to you like this. Okay, the last question. Last question. What is your biggest loss in life?
My biggest what?
Loss. What do you feel is your biggest loss?
Loss. Other than family members?
Answer. It doesn't have to be a short answer. It could be a quick answer. It could be
other than family members. Other than losing family members.
Period. Like what do you feel has changed you as a person, loss wise?
I think Carl was big when I lost Carl. People don't realize how much he meant to me. So that was a big loss for me.
Yeah. I think all of us kind of took a real hit.
That was one of those losses where you say, "Boy, if I could just go on." How you gonna get out like that? So
I know. He definitely took a toll on all of us.
Yeah.
But okay. And I think the reason his loss kind of makes me closer to CJ, because when I'm with CJ, I feel closer to him. So we're gonna have to get him more. Okay, I'm done. I'm done with
I didn't say anything.
I'm done with the sappy stuff. Let's get into the education.
Okay.
First question, number 4.
So we'll be coming out of the Hello Black Educator Journal, and you pick 3 questions out of here. So we do have a journal dedicated to your profession and what you do for your livelihood. Education is something that we understand how impactful it is here at Hello Black Man. How impactful it is, and how much more value you all need to be seen and heard in our community. It's just a huge thing to me. I love the education field. It's kind of like a brain surgeon, right? I respect what you do. I know I can't do it. I know it's not for me. So I know how valuable it is what you do and how many lives you touch every single day.
Hey, it's not something I wanted to.
No.
I literally signed up to be a sub one time, and I subbed one time.
I be saying I'm gonna sign up. I got a buddy of mine. He's in South Pike, and he's like he put the post out to see who would do it, like a task or a challenge. And every week I say I'm gonna go sign up, but I hadn't done it yet. It's probably been about 6 months, so I'm still so close to sign up.
Sign up. We need you. Sign up. We need you.
It's not late. It's not for me.
Give it a shot.
I'm a cousin, people cheering out.
Oh no.
I'm going to jail.
Yeah. Same you at okay. Question number 4. It says, "Hello, Black Educator. Describe today's parent-teacher relationship."
It's definitely a work in progress.
Okay.
I like to say that we need about 3 of us to help a child be successful. Okay. We need a good teacher, we need a good parent, and we definitely need someone at that school, someone that can say, "Hey, I'm here for you." It's about building relationships. I feel you. I know what you're going through. We're going to get you through it. So we just we do our best to partner with parents and to share the need that they have, that the kids have. We tell them we need a kid. It doesn't have to be a rocket science, but we need him to come to school prepared. We need to get a good night's sleep. That kid needs to be nourished, and that kid needs to come to school so he can be in a position where we can assist him. And that's all we need. We're not asking for the world, but we need a kid that's going to come in that will try, and that can say yes, ma'am, or no, ma'am. It's tough when we have We have so many. We won't have so many, but we have rules. We provide structure when that kid gets there from 7:30 to 3:30. We need those same structures in place when that kid leaves us. It needs to be reinforced when he gets home. Some of the things that we are asking him to do. When we talk about how we look, how we answer each other, how we respond to teachers, we need that when that child leaves us and go home. We need to know where he is. We need to know what he's doing. And we just need those same routines that we can turn the phone on for an hour at home and he can go over some of the things he learned there at school. So we need that same support when that child leaves us after at 3:30.
So what you're looking for is more repetition, right?
Repetition.
So you're giving rules. You're showing, I guess, authoritative figure. That's not negative, but hey, there's certain things you can and cannot do from a time standpoint. And a lot of times when students get home or kids get home, they may walk into zero rules. They may walk into a house with they don't have to do anything at a certain time or how they answer or do anything like that. It's always now they got to come back to school and flip flop. Now they come back to rules, no rules, back to rules, no rules. Right. So I can see how they could. It's hard to train a child. It's hard to train someone, and that's what we're trying to do: train young adults, train kids to be young adults.
Trying to prepare them for the future. And at 53, I understand what that black kid, that young black man is going to need to know to be successful and to have a shot at success and contribute to society in a positive manner. And if we can just get that reinforcement, what we're teaching, if that will follow him home, if mom and dad saying it, if uncle is saying that, if we're all speaking the same language, it goes a long way.
Okay.
On the cusp of that, what do you think has changed from when, just say me, because you and I are from a different generation, but yeah, I knew that I could go so far up until you came home and you made me push the envelope. But I knew, I wasn't like you said I was a bad kid, but I wasn't like a kid that got kicked out of school. I got my
No. Let me back up. No. I'm not saying you're bad. You were like a lot of us. You pushed that envelope. If Clyde will allow you to do some things, go in the kitchen at 12 o'clock and mix up some stuff, and the stuff stinked up the whole house, and it was in the taste of scientific science. You were finding yourself. You were always smart. You just had to kind of try some things.
One of the greatest principles of JCDS, Jefferson County School District. That is what Carolyn Smith said. Not only that, I also I told Jamie I drank my first beer my first day of kindergarten. I got it out of the refrigerator and I went to kindergarten drunk. All over the kindergarten floor. Thank you, Miss Hamlin, for taking care of me.
Lifesaver.
Yeah.
Don't judge me. But
exactly.
What do you think is the biggest difference between when I was growing up and the level of parenting or discipline versus today? Like, where does the discipline lie in your eyes as far as yesterday's kids versus today's kids?
Yeah, I think I don't believe the people say the kids have changed. I don't think the kids have changed. I think the influences of kids have changed. There was a time when parents were your biggest influence. The school was a big influence. Church was a big influence. And when we kind of lose those things, when dad is not in the house, we know that our young black males can take a different route. Even when dad is not in the house, that young lady will take a different route. She's more likely to get involved in certain things. I just think that there's nothing wrong with the way we were raised. There's nothing wrong with 40 years ago where the kid came home from school, he changed clothes. What happened there at school? You do homework. Those things didn't have to change. They don't have to change. Those things still work today. When I always tell the kids at school, I can't tell you everything, but I can tell you what we did to try to raise our boys and what that looked like in our house. Getting them involved in sports, supporting our children, being there. I remember getting out of practice and we had the kids ride home on back of trucks. Christian and Josh doesn't know what that's like.
No, because I kind of ride home to Canonsburg, the end of Canonsburg on the El Camino.
Yeah.
The valve was El Camino. I had to sit on the back and get off at Canterbury and wait for somebody to come through and take me to the other end of Canterbury.
Yeah.
Remember,
So if we're gonna bring them into the world, if we're gonna bring these kids into the world, we got to stick with them. And at the end of the day, you are a reflection of your parents. Whether you succeed or fail, mom or dad, they're your responsible. They're responsible for you. And I just want to see everybody. Let's just keep our hands on our kids. Let's just continue to stick with them and see them through and hold them accountable. Some tough love sometimes. And so we just want to. I just would love to see if everybody just kept their hands on their children.
Yeah. That's very interesting because the other day I made a post about what is an adequate punishment for a teenager. Jorginho's 18, and a lot of people say that's wrong, but in my eyesight, he's still a teenager, right? So I be having to put these fisticuffs on my boy. Like we be having to go toe to toe, and like Jamie as his stepdad, he doesn't get as involved, probably as he should. Like yes, he does say this and the other, but he's not.
You want to uppercut,
right? He's not like because he has a dad, so he's not trying to take the place of his dad. He's just trying to be a support for me. So it's just like with boys and with girls, with teenagers, like what's too much and what's not enough. But it's not a question because I know we're trying to get out of here. But we do have a question from the viewer that says,
it says, number one, what's your opinion on why Mississippi's educational system historically has been the lowest in the country? Now, what can we do to change it?
Well, I don't know who I was talking to. I was talking, it was Josh and Christian. We were talking about the system, how the system is flawed. When we go back to when we catch us, we get a felony. When you catch someone that doesn't look quite like us, we get a slap on the wrist and release to mom. It's all a part of the system. And then when those guys get in, we disenfranchised, we lose our right to vote. And then when it's time to vote for who's going to look out for public education and kids that look like us, that come from the projects, that come from so-called broken homes, who's looking out for us? Like right now, our governor, they still want to give money to charter schools, to voucher programs. They want to steer those fundings to some of the private schools. Until we, as we talked about earlier, value teachers and educators, and we invest money to bring our brightest to the field, which we're losing to other areas because they're not paying them. And then you get a smart person or a very intelligent person, and he can make the first year 75, 80 grand, and we're going to pay him 40, 45, if that much. Where are they going to go? So I just Mississippi lag behind because we lag behind in everything. We lag behind in socioeconomic status. If we healthcare, if we catch, if America catches a cold, we catch the flu or pneumonia. So until we put our money into that, where it is, when public education strive, when the middle class strive, we'll continue to have some struggles when we're not going to fund it. We have to fight like, every year, fight like hell every year to fund it. And it's been so few times that they've even funded public education. So those challenges are real. And our communities, some of our communities are still not in the shape because the opportunities aren't there for parents. A lot of our parents now are traveling all over the country to work. And when that happens, who's there with me? And making sure to help mom with me when I don't want to come in at 11 or 12 o'clock at night on a school night. So it's just a whole system that's kind of flawed. And until we can control the vote and really get out in masses and really change who our leaders are in the Capitol building, we're going to continue to have a kind of an uphill battle. But it's one that we can do. It's one that we can make. We can do better.
I agree. Linda Gooden said, really enjoying. So are we. We got to get out of here, though, because the game is on. Ricky Tillman said, I agree. If the children are our future, the teachership is the highest paid salary. And you know what? We're going to bring you back so we can talk about that Cat Williams interview, because he also said, we say the children are the future, but we not paying the teachers. Right. Like, how does that even make sense? So we're going to ask you these last two questions so we can get out of here so we can get the game.
Because the game is about to come. What time is the game coming on?
Right now.
Nikki told me, take the two questions. Don't worry about the game because she's not interested in watching Washington upset the Wolverines.
She's enjoying listening to you speak so greatly and so
Eloquently.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
He is
Yeah,
definitely a professional.
eloquently.
Okay.
Yeah,
So we
right.
got two questions. All right, when we're gonna get out of here, I ain't gonna ask no precursor questions. I'm gonna ask you these questions. We gonna go. I might say something.
Okay,
Go ahead.
I
Go
don't
ahead.
believe that because I do not believe that.
Okay, go ahead.
Question number 10. Hello, Black educator. How do you initiate and maintain communication with your students' parents?
We have a lot of different programs. We have programs where we can type. I can go into on the computer and I can just hit their phone number and call it, and it doesn't show the school is calling. So because sometimes sometimes they may not want to answer. So it doesn't show our number. And also we can send messages to them. Of course, we email. We have a parent liaison that kind of bridges the gap. I did talk. We went back today with mid-year convocation. A parent came by today, wanted to talk to me. Our middle school band, you got to check that out. Our middle school band came out today. They had their first performance by Joshua Robinson, his director. He's a young, talented brother, and they had their first performance day during mid-year convocation. But I did speak with a parent. He wants to help with boosters. And while he was there, then I threw that PTSA out there and asking him to serve and be a part of that. We have to do more. I get stubborn sometimes, and I think that what I tell the teachers sometimes, sometimes we don't get the parents that we really need to come. Is, the top kids, their parents are always eager. We need everybody to be a part of it. And so we asking everyone that has a child to be a part of it, know what's going on. Right now, we just received some data. And what we're going to do now is we have to explain that data to parents. If your kid last year, if he scored a 3A, to show growth on this accountability model, he has to score a 3B. And then they have a group that they group together after the test come. They do what they call an LPS or lowest performing students. And they group them together and they test, they account them like 4 times, but they only count our top kids like once or twice. So it's a kind of flawed system, and it's a constantly moving target. So we want to bring parents out, and we'll be rolling that out soon, so they can come out. They can understand if Kalisha scored a 4, if we're gonna get growth points for her, she has to maintain a 4. She can't drop down to a 3A or 3B. We need to explain to parents how many questions their child have to get right to maintain, and how that impacts the school and the rating of the school. So we have a lot of means. Sometimes I get stubborn and I'll say, hey, we're going to control what we can control within the 4 walls of the school. But we have to do more to get parents to come and be involved in it, and to help us help their kids.
So sometimes you have to go out and meet parents where they are. If they like to, I guess, if they come into sporting events, you can't give them to the PTA. You got to catch them at that sporting event.
We got to get that literature right there to them. We got to make those announcements at games, and we got to catch them in the lobby while they're going in the gym, those type of things. Whatever we can do. We're so small. We see them out in the community. We put flyers around the school. And social media, the district right now is on a follow the district. They're on a social media blast right now. If you want to know what's going on, it's out there. Yeah.
No secret.
No secret. We're an open book.
I'm glad you brought up social media. I know I said I wasn't going to ask you questions, so I promise
But you
don't
did.
get out of here because we've been on here
You said, what did you say?
Hey,
I want to know what you said.
Social media is big. It's huge. When I was nursing, when I first started nursing, I was 24 years old when I got my first managerial position. I was the director at Natchez Regional of their ICU telemetry and med-surg. And I used social media at that time to connect with people because I knew that was a platform that I could connect with people because I knew people from all over everywhere. I was called into the office and threatened to be fired because I used social media. That was back 15 years ago. That was like in the early stages of it. And now every major company has a social media platform where they're
you don't have a company without social media.
So I've always been ahead of my time. I said that to say that. So I really enjoy seeing the growth of Fayette through social media.
Yeah.
And something that I have reached out to some of your coaches about is being Booster Club members, because with social media, you can draw in people who are not in your network. You can draw people from all over the world. And when they see you doing the things that you're doing in the community as a small community, working to build that school up, I think you can get a lot of more support from it. We just got to figure out how to, because I know there are certain levels that you have to go to get stuff submitted and approved to do fundraisers and stuff like that. So like whatever I can do, I've talked to Wu like, hey, I'll be a Booster Club parent. I don't even know nobody down there. I will be on y'all Booster Club. Hey, he's wearing Colin. I'm wearing Mississippi Delta. Y'all support these people. But next question, because we're gonna let you get out of here.
Okay. The question, last question of tonight, question 22 in the journal says, "Hello, Black Educator. Describe what support feels like to you. Do you feel supported by your family in your profession? Explain."
Yes, I do. I do. You know, when you're an administrator in the school and your kids attend that school, and you're that principal, you have to educate them on what that's going to look like. See, my wife is pretty fiery, and we had to have some conversations. Hey, there are going to be some things said sometime. I have some tough decisions to be made, and all of them are not popular. You know, when our boys played basketball, you know, hey, no matter how good we thought they were, somebody at that game, if they missed one, they're gonna go, boy, that boy sad.
Yeah.
And so we got to learn, you know, we have to learn, hey, you keep your mouth shut, and we supporting our kid, and you stay cool. Because we're held to, you know, we're not going to get out there. We can't get out there and act like some others can. Not saying that we're above anybody, but we just can't do certain things in this profession. If a parent gets upset with me and call me bald head, well, she's telling the truth. But I can't turn around and say, no, you could use a good hair. You could use a little a touch up too. I can't say that.
That's what your family. That's why we in the game.
Yeah, I can't say that. My wife can't say that, and my boys were not going to say that. I tell my boys and all the kids. I said, if all the kids start hanging on the rafters, you walk.
Yeah.
Because I wanted them to know that they were there to support me. They had to support me. And the way they support me was doing things the right way. And if you do that, good things are going to happen for you. So I've always had their support, even when it wasn't, even when they felt that I was being done wrong, because it's a tough job, and you're going to take some blows sometime. And that social media is definitely where some of the blows would take place. But and Christian would, you know, he handled it well. Josh would be off playing ball, and he would see something, and he would say, "Bow this, bow that." I'm tired, and I would tell Josh, "You focus on that bat, that glove, your profession, your career. I'm okay. I can handle it. Yeah. I'm a black man."
Right. When you get behind a computer, you get strong, right? When you don't think people can see you, like people get real mouthy.
Oh yeah, they get
when they behind it. And you know what?
Everybody's 6'6", 280 behind it.
I'm gonna tell you computer. Jamie checked me many moons ago when we first met. Because I was one of the ones that would be behind that computer screen talking nasty. And he texted me one night before we even started talking. We had just met. He was like, "Hey, that ain't cute.
Take it down. Take it down. You're not gonna do this."
And guess what? Your girl ain't been that ugly since, but I will check somebody on the show.
No, we can't do that. We're gonna have to always go high. We're gonna always aim high. We're gonna stay. We cannot get down in that mud.
If it wasn't, I'm gonna make some fake pages.
No, we're not gonna do that.
I'm making fake pages and I'm going ham.
No. We're gonna always choose the high road.
Nope, you go low, I'm going
low.
You can't win. I found out a long time ago. The ones that can go there, they can go there far longer than you can maintain consistently.
They used to do it.
They can do it every day, all day long. And we have too much to do.
I like that energy. I like that energy.
Because I ain't got the time.
I like that energy.
But when I have the time,
you know, I got ball games I got to watch. I got boys that I'm trying to support. Dr. Nia, and then Dr. Nia is not going to let me be out there acting like that. So it's to my mom. Is I still have to be able to walk down there. And she said, "I knew you didn't do that." So I'm going to stay out of the mud. I'm going to do the best I can with what I've been blessed with, and we're not going to get caught up.
Okay.
We're going to stay focused.
I hear you, but one thing that this past year has taught me is life is short, and if I had to cuss people out, get what?
Because it's short, is why you're not gonna cuss them out. Go somewhere and smile. Go somewhere and smile.
Exactly. That's not what I learned it.
You learned the wrong way.
I learned the wrong way.
We're gonna have to meet more.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have enjoyed this therapy.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for coming on. Let's go catch this guy. Who you going for?
Washington.
Well, I think I'm going for Washington.
Okay.
I'm going with Washington.
Okay, now I gotta take my pick back because I gotta go against James. We can't never have the same team. You can't go with the same team.
You go with Washington. Washington.
People think you're weak. I was going for Washington because they got a black quarterback and that man is so accurate.
Woo! That's why you go with Washington.
The accuracy on that fella, James was like, "That's a good catch." I'm like, "No, that man dropped that ball in his arms."
Let's hope they give him some time tonight and he can do his thing. They're gonna need to give him some time so he can do his thing.
Give me a final score. Give me a final score to the night game.
We'll send you $2 on Cash App. We'll get it right.
Oh yeah, I think I owe somebody on Cash App now, and I don't even have Cash App. I think it's going to be close. I think Washington 27-24.
27-24.
Tight game.
I like that.
That's the game we want right there.
All right, guys. Y'all tell them. I would say tell them where they can find you on social media, how to follow you, but you don't really do that.
Are you serious? I still got a steal thing I posted 4 years ago.
Yeah, you do. When the boys told you changed it the other day, I seen it.
Yeah, that's when they were losing. We're winning now.
So you
I
keep it
can't take it down now. But okay. I'm going to do better with my social media stuff.
Okay. All right. Well, if you need any help, I am a social media.
Okay. I'll give it Jamie.
No, don't give it Jamie. You will not get anything done with Jamie. If you need somebody to help you, I have you. I do all of our social media marketing and stuff. So just let me know.
I'll let you know.
I love you and I'm grateful for you and I'm glad you came on tonight. Let's go watch this game.
Love you guys.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. You too. Bye-bye.
Right there. Boom.
What you said right where?
Oh, to the end stream. Hey, thank y'all for tuning in. Phenomenal guests. We're here. We're rocking and rolling. Thank you for tuning in.
Quit the podcast. Why am I even on here?
You quit.
My uncle asked me.
Your uncle, you came back. You come back to your family. When your family show up, you show out.
We were supposed to do a show, New Year's review.
You got mad.
Why I got mad? You asked me something.
Yep.
Something happened.
No,
you were talking to me, and you was like, "Why you got issues?" Blah blah. I can't remember.
No, what happened? No, tell them what happened. Cause you got so mad. You can't remember.
It wasn't the so mad because I got so mad one night.
That was so mad. I agree. I'm gonna stop saying so mad.
Cause I
got so mad.
Real mad.
I'm gonna tell y'all about that. Not tonight though. I'm gonna tell you about so mad. We'll have a so mad.
You didn't even know so mad.
Hey man, y'all gonna take this game out. Thank you, Nikki, for letting us borrow a bowl for the podcast tonight. Thank y'all so much. Uncle Bo. I gotta say Uncle Bo?
Yeah.
Probably so.
Y'all probably saying, hey, but you can see.
Let me tell you something.
Y'all graduated together.
Hey, thank y'all so much for tuning in. Hit the show, hit the like button. If you're following the page, hit the 3 sprockets, it'll show you invite friends, hit that button, and go to my page. Got a chance to win a hoodie for the week. You'll be entered into a drawing. Thank y'all for tuning in. Black man. What? Don't do that.
Yeah. Okay. Not yet. Like commercial. Any commercial.
Okay.
Thank y'all for tuning in.
Commercial.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is Walker from the Walk Show podcast. I am wearing my Hello Black Man t-shirt, as you can see, and I wore it out in public today. For the first time, I went to get my hair cut, and my hairdresser immediately commented on the shirt, and she wanted to know what it meant and why I was wearing it. And so yeah, I got to talk to her about the guided journal, and I actually also have purchased a copy of Hello Black Man for myself and have began working through it. So I was able to speak not only to my conversation with Jamie on the Walk Show podcast a couple of weeks ago, but also able to speak to my own experience with it, which has been awesome. So anyway, I just wanted to send this video out. Have a good one.